Hello everyone, this is Zooc and today I'm bringing you a new painting video. This one is going to be a pirate riding a pig. Quite a random choice of topic, but it's mostly inspired by the whole Halloween thing. I was thinking about some sort of game character to draw, but I couldn't really come up with anything. Nothing exciting lately, at least for me. So having previously drawn a witch, I thought I would draw another thing that people like to dress up as, which is a pirate, and just try and practice different materials and color combinations, I suppose. I've been also trying to get a more painterly feel in my work, as most of the stuff I posted before kind of is too smoothed out and it either looks muddy or just lacks character, as some people put it, which is true. Like, I'm all for feedback. And so this one I was trying to really hard to make feel more look like it's painted and not made of plastic. And I think it's slowly getting there. I would say that this is basically the best digital painting I've made so far, but maybe I'm biased. I don't know. I still think it looks better than my previous stuff just because it doesn't look so smoothed out and unnatural, I suppose. But I mentioned previously that I downloaded some like Heroes of the Storm assets from the Blizzard Press site, and included there is a background for the presentation of heroes. Like, you see them in the actual game and in the gallery as well. So that kind of made me think that maybe I should do like a sort of mock Heroes of the Storm series of heroes, just to like make stuff that looks kind of ridiculous and doesn't really belong there, but could in theory. So eventually I end up placing this character on that sort of background, and I think it looks pretty nice. Like, I could imagine seeing this guy in a game eventually and just riding around on a little pig and throwing stuff at you. The initial idea was to draw it with a barrel of grog under his arm, but I thought, like, hey, it's Halloween, might as well go for well, back when I actually drew this, because this is like a week old already. So let's go with a familiar thing, which is a pumpkin. So I added that later. It's just like, I sit down and I try and begin a drawing with one theme in mind, but I modify it a lot as I go along. Like, he was supposed to be standing up, and then I thought, hey, let's make him ride an animal, or let's change the stuff he holds in his hand, or switch the hook around. Like, there's sort of, it's like Mr. Potato Head kind of thing, like just moving around parts until you get something that looks to your liking. No real rules there. So let's talk about the art submission thing that I mentioned in my previous video. I asked people to send me their artwork to zoocdoesstuff@gmail.com so I could make a sort of an art critique show. And I got actually quite a lot of emails. Like, people are sending me quite a lot of stuff. I got enough for like half a year of weekly shows right now. So that's pretty good. So I just wanted to mention that again in case you missed it last time. If you send me your art, not your crappiest art, to my email address, and I will try to feature it and sort of give some constructive criticism, maybe make a paint over. I've been thinking about that, just like take a piece and redraw it as I would see it looking better, I guess. Not that I'm an absolute expert on aesthetics, but I like to think that compared to most of the stuff that is put out there and is called art, I'm quite decent in more than one regard. That's kind of a nightmare when you go and browse DeviantArt and you see what people submit there. Like, I get it. You can't be that elitist about stuff. Like, people have a right to submit their art, no matter how crappy it looks. But the front page of DeviantArt is like this this assault on your senses, mostly on your eyes. Your poor eyes are just sitting there bleeding, and you got to sort through all the crap and get to the stuff you're actually interested in. So yeah. Oh well, can't really discuss tastes. I mean, some people will strictly focus on manga and draw the fuck out of it non-stop, and I could never see the appeal of that style myself. Like, I realize it's popular and so many people love it, and even like YouTubers that draw in a manga style get like bajillions of views and all that shit, but I just cannot. It is not for me. I'm not into it at all. I don't know why. It just doesn't appeal to me. Like, I see there's nothing exciting about it in my eyes, and that's just it. I prefer this kind of style. Like, I prefer drawing monsters and not really cute things. Like, I can make something cute, but in a morbid way. And I think that just it just fits my personality. Like, I have a morbid sense of humor. I will crack the most inappropriate jokes in the most inappropriate times. But to me, they're funny. Like, we should laugh about it, and there's nothing to be offended about. So I guess that kind of translates into my paintings when I make like gruesome monsters and, just creatures ripping children apart and all that shit. Not that maybe I should draw that. I haven't actually drawn that yet. Should make like a sort of a nightmare monster just ripping through a kindergarten of children. I think that could be good. The mind comes up with the best shit in the most random times. So this painting, I cannot for the life of me think of anything interesting to say about it. Basically, it is a fat pirate. I like to draw fat creatures, in case you haven't noticed. This is maybe because I'm fat, maybe I'm just projecting. But I think people animals and humans that have a big belly just look funnier and more interesting than thin, skinny characters. But I have to, diversify my style. I can't focus on the same fat creatures and fat pigs over and over again. So yeah, a fat pirate riding a fat pig who is clearly displeased about his situation. I cannot imagine the pig would be happy about any of that, considering his girth and his weight. And the guy is holding a pumpkin. Who knows for what? Maybe he wants to toss it at someone, or maybe he has some precious stash hidden in there and nobody would think of checking for treasure inside a pumpkin. I sure as hell wouldn't. And that's pretty much it, unfortunately. It's not a very interesting character in terms of lore, but right now I'm going through a phase where I'm just basically practicing as much as I can and trying to just stray from my usual stuff. Like, usually I can draw a very irregular organic looking monster, and that's actually quite easy to do because you don't have to respect any boundaries. Like, you can just, an arm can be longer or thicker or maybe messed up or fucked up in some way and not in perspective, and that's fine. You can just say the spine is twisted and he looks off. But with humans and characters that actually are symmetrical, it's much harder to achieve something like that. Arms have to actually be where arms are supposed to be, and same with facial features and all that. You can't really fuck around as much and come up with excuses. But I think it's obviously a good thing that I'm limiting myself to stuff that I'm not really comfortable with or haven't done before as much. Just watching the evolution of my skills myself by making these videos is quite interesting. Like, if I watch the stuff I made 2 years ago or something on the tablet, it's quite shocking how perspectives change in time with even about yourself and your capabilities. Like, I could see myself drawing that, something I made 3 years ago and thinking, oh wow, this looks so good. The guys are going to love it. And now when I look at it, it's obviously not amazing. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Like, I never thought it would make such a difference, time and practice and actually wanting to take it more seriously. It's definitely having an impact, very visible impact, I would say, on not talent, ability is the right word, just ability. So yeah. Anyway, this has been a fat pirate riding a pig. Hope you found it somewhat amusing. Please rate that shit if you did. Remember to send me your artwork to my Zooc Stuff email address. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.